In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the most iconic landmarks in all of Winston-Salem. Let's get into the video. Originally, the Reynolda House Museum was the home of Catherine and R.J. Reynolds. The home was actually built in 1917. It has over 64 bedrooms and it sprawls over 1,000 acres. Inside, you'll find works by Mary Cassatt, George O'Keeffe, and other major American artists. So if you're visiting Winston-Salem, make sure you check out Reynolda House Museum of American Art. Outside of the estate, you'll actually find Reynolda Gardens. Beautiful spot to take pictures. Me and my family have taken pictures there. A lot of wedding photography there. It's a beautiful scene. The Reynolda Village is full of a bunch of shops, and those shops are actually really eclectic in this area. They're very well known, a lot of fancy. There's a crepe shop, there's a cafe, bakery, all kinds of stuff. You're gonna find it there. And now I'm at Graylyn Estate's beautiful space here. You've got to come check it out for sure. But this is a 1930s mansion, essentially. That was a former home of Bowman Gray, which was the former president of R.J. Reynolds Tobacco. Nowadays, it's a luxury hotel and an event venue. Very popular for like high-end weddings, galas, all kinds of events that are held here in the Winston-Salem area. If you are coming to the Winston-Salem, you gotta at least drive by here. If not, walk around, take your pets for a walk. I mean, it's gorgeous. There's so many things to explore. I've been here a bunch of times, just hanging out, just to walk around, just to see what I see, and there's always something new that I discover. And now I'm standing right under the Reynolds building, which is right here. That beautiful Art Deco style building that you're looking at. Now this building is literally the blueprint for the Empire State Building in New York. Yes, that one, the actual Empire State Building. Our little claim to fame here in Winston-Salem. In fact, a lot of people say that on Father's Day, the Empire State Building sends this, our own Reynolds building here in Winston-Salem, downtown Winston-Salem, a Father's Day card. I don't know if it's true. Some people say it is. Some people say it's just a rumor, but I just like to think that it's true. This beautiful Art Deco building was actually finished in 1929. Now in that era, tobacco and textiles was ruling the South, and Winston-Salem was one of the biggest cities in the Southeast. It was a home of R.J. Reynolds Tobacco, which is actually now right over here. Now it's called Reynolds American, but this is the original. The Reynolds building no longer serves as the, obviously, headquarters for the R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, or Reynolds America as it's called now, but it does serve as some luxury downtown hotel and apartments. You also have the Catherine, which is an amazing restaurant, a really fancy Art Deco kind of 1920s, almost reminds you of a little bit of that Prohibition era, 1920 Al Capone vibe in there. It's so pretty, so cool. In fact, some people even get their engagement pictures or couples pictures in there. It's quite expensive, but it just looks amazing. So I'll try to sneak in some footage. But yeah, you guys tell me if the Empire State Building had to take a DNA test, if our Reynolds building down here in downtown Winston-Salem would be the father or not. And you know I had to sneak in here at some point to ask you to hit that like button, leave me a comment, but above all, subscribe. Those kinds of things keep me motivated to keep pumping out these videos for you. And today I'm driving all over Winston-Salem to try to get this B-roll and all these shots, just so I can not just talk about these places, but actually show them to you. I'm paying for parking fees, I'm wasting gas, I'm running all over just for you guys. So make sure you hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, now we're gonna talk about the Bailey Power Plant, which you see behind me, which is right across the street from Bailey Park. The power plant is actually also referred to as the Bailey Coal Pit or just the coal pit. Now this area was originally built in 1947 to power the R.J. Reynolds tobacco industry. But as you can see, since then it's been completely reimagined. The original industrial bones, bricks, walls, smokestacks, steel framing are still here, but now it's filled with restaurants, offices, breweries, and even event spaces. Now I love coming to the coal pit. In fact, I think it's one of the most popular like hangout spots downtown, especially if you don't have plans. Hey, let's grab a beer, get some pizza down here at the coal pit, and then figure out what we're doing. It's dog pet friendly. They've got kids running around on bicycles, scooters, all kinds of stuff. They do live music every so often. And it's right across from Bailey Park, which is a beautiful park within itself. So definitely a great hangout spot. If you're not sure what to do, come to Bailey Park, come to the power plant, and you won't regret it. All right, guys, now we've made it to the Quarry at Grant Park. There are so many things to do here, but obviously there's one main focal point. If you're from the area, you probably know what it is, but I'm getting ready to show it to you. Now, one cool thing to know about this quarry, or this park in general, is it actually served as a real rock quarry where they would extract natural resources, granite, quartz, things of that nature, from the earth here up until the 1970s. Eventually the land was donated to the city of Winston-Salem and reopened in around 2017, 2018, and reopened as the Grant at Quarry Park. The Quarry at Grant Park, I always mix that up. Now it's over 228 acres, publicly attainable. Anyone can come out here and enjoy it. There's trails all around this area, including surrounding the quarry, which is one of the more fun trails around here. The playground, they just refinished a couple years ago, so it still looks really nice, really fresh. It's an amazing looking playground for the kids. But of course, the main reason people come here is gonna be that right there, which is the overlook the pier at Quarry Park. Let's go up there now. Hope the wind noise isn't too bad, but it's not stopping, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Now I am on the overlook pier here at the Quarry at Grant Park. Now, not only do you get to enjoy this beautiful pier, the water down below, which is a magnificent bluish, greenish color this time of year, but you can also see a little bit of downtown Winston-Salem. You might have to zoom in for that, but you can see a little bit of downtown Winston-Salem. In the fall, when the trees are down, you can see a little bit more, especially at night when the sun is coming down, the lights all turn on in downtown. It looks really, really pretty. Another interesting thing about this overlook is that people have kind of decided to make this into their own kind of lock bridge, I think is what they call it, where basically you bring your honey bun out here, your significant other, and you put a lock in there signifying, you know, your relationship or whatever the case may be. I haven't done that with my wife, so I might have to bring her out here. But if you are visiting Winston-Salem, do not be afraid to come check this place out. It is massive, and not only, you know, the main focal points are kind of in the front of the park, but there's so many trails and so many cool, interesting things. Some like construction equipment that kind of pays homage to the original reason that the quarry, or the original purpose for the quarry. So definitely walk around all the trails. I mean, they go all around here. It's very large. All right, guys, and now I'm standing in front of the iconic last remaining clamshell Shell oil gas station. It was originally built in the 1930s as a part of a marketing campaign having to do with the Shell oil logo, of course. There was only ever 8 in existence, and this is the last remaining one. It obviously no longer serves as a functioning gas station. However, it is cool to come here, take some pictures, kind of relish in that old-timey vibe. A lot of people do picture shoots or photo shoots here as well. And in 1976, it was added to the Registry of Historic Places in the nation. All right, guys, I'm really excited to show you guys Old Salem, which is not only a museum, it also has gardens, and it's a living history museum, which basically means that a lot of people walk around in the era appropriate, you know, outfits and show you what life was like in the Moravian days, 1700s and 1800s. Now I'm currently standing at the Old Salem Bridge, which is a really popular photography spot. Tons of people come take pictures, maternity pictures, just fun pictures, senior pictures, all kinds of stuff, because it's so iconic here in Winston-Salem. On one side of the bridge you have the actual museum, and on the other side you have the living history part of the exhibit here at Old Salem. Now this dates back to 1756 when the original settlement was actually established. And a lot of people actually don't know, but we have a ton of history here in Winston-Salem. A ton of original settlements that are still here, still intact, and people that are well versed in that department kind of recreate what it was like to live in those days. It's really, really cool. You also have the Salem Academy here, which is the country's oldest all-female college or university, which is amazing that we have here. Again, a little bit of history in Winston-Salem. You also have a couple Moravian style bakeries, which kind of shows you the way they made the cookies and the bread and things of that nature in that era. And you can actually buy and watch them make the cookies and watch them make the baked goods. And you can buy them, take them home with you. There's also a restaurant and a coffee shop you can eat here at Old Salem. There's a really cool coffee shop kind of that embodies a lot of that Salem or the Moravian spirit here as well. It's really cool. It's in one of the older buildings. They have that giant coffee pot from the 1800s. And of course, God's Acre, which is a historic monument. A lot of prominent residents of Salem are buried there at God's Acre. Guys, that's gonna bring us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It was a lot of fun to take you around basically all the corners of Winston-Salem and show you some of the beautiful landmarks. There are so many more things that we didn't get a chance to talk about in today's video. If you are coming to the area and have any questions, comments, or concerns about Winston-Salem or the surrounding area, do not hesitate to reach out. That's literally why I make these videos. So do me a favor, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.